Have you ever thought a novel could be beautifully written but still have no story? Jessica Brody lived that exact experience. She spent years working on her novel. She collected rejection letter after rejection letter, and they all said the same thing. Beautiful writing, but there's no story here. Why? Because writing and storytelling are not the same thing, and Save the Cat Writes a Novel starts right at the heart of that distinction.
Brody calls it the Holy Trinity: plot, structure, character transformation. And here's what she says. These three things are not independent. They're locked together. The moment you neglect one, the other two collapse with it. What is plot? Simply put, what happens in the story, a list of events. What is structure? The order in which those events happen and when. And character transformation? The fact that by the end of the story, your hero is not the same person they were at the beginning. Brody's point is this: plot on its own is worthless. It's just a chain of events. But add structure, and those events start to mean something. Then put a character who changes on top of that, and now you have a real story. Think of it this way. Say you watched two films. Both have the exact same things happening: a car chase, a love scene, a big confrontation. Word for word, the same events. But one of them keeps you glued to your seat. The other, you're checking your phone 10 minutes in. The difference isn't in the plot, it's in the structure. A surprise that lands at the right moment, a loss that hits at exactly the right time. These things don't happen by accident. They land where the writer placed them. And that's the core of Brody's Save the Cat methodology, giving you that structure, like a map. 15 beats, 15 critical moments, and every great novel stands on that same skeleton underneath. But structure alone isn't enough either. Brody says the most common mistake writers make is separating plot from character. Things happen, there's tension, there's momentum, but when it's over, the reader just goes, okay, sure. Because the hero ends exactly where they started. Nothing has changed. That's where that "there's no story here" feeling comes from. The real story is the hero's transformation. The events exist only to force that transformation. Brody explains it like this. The hero carries a wound, something invisible carried from the past. That wound shapes everything. It causes bad decisions, pushes people away, keeps the hero from seeing their own potential. And throughout the story, that wound rises to the surface, inevitably, painfully, and at the end, it either heals or the hero refuses to let it. Both are valid endings, but both have to be the result of something. One more thing. For anyone who says, "I don't outline, I just write when inspiration hits," Brody has something to say. Pantser or plotter, it doesn't matter. Structure can be used before you write, during, or after when you're revising. Brody compares it to a road trip. You're driving from San Francisco to New York. If you tell yourself, "I have 3,000 miles to go," you might never start. But if you say, "Today, I just need to get to Reno," you turn the key. That's the beat sheet, 15 small destinations, each one carrying you to the next. We'll be going through every single beat in this series. But first, there's something we need to agree on. A good novel doesn't just need to be beautifully written, it needs to be well built. Plot, structure, character transformation. Without all three, no matter how beautifully you write, there is no story. And in the next video, we're laying the first stone of that structure, the opening image and the final image, the first and last scenes of your novel, and why they have to mirror each other. See you there.